right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow Pandemonium travelers, this is Seattle Pandemonium Shutdown, day 243 by my count. So what's going on? What's going down? We've got election shenanigans, or alleged shenanigans, I should say. Alleged shenanigans about well, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. What we have is a bizarre kind of, it's an election twilight zone of indecision, I guess. So, like if you Google, it's the AP, it's the Associated Press. The AP has the stats, they have the numbers, and they say, I'm putting brakes on Aurora. I'm putting brakes on Highway 99. That shouldn't be happening. The election map, at least last I saw it, still the electoral count was not adding states that Trump has a lead in, like Georgia and Pennsylvania, to his total electoral votes, although I also tallied it up with some basic arithmetic, and it seems like Trump has to somehow, after the fact, I guess, flip Nevada and or Arizona. I think Arizona, then maybe Nevada, in order to win. And I'm not seeing that happening, but that doesn't mean that that's not happening. like in Michigan, they were ejecting Republicans essentially from poll monitoring and using oh my God, what are you doing? Go. And using sort of pandemic rules in order to justify it. I mean, that's like shifty and everything, but this is, again, this is one of these things I've criticized the Democrats for this too, which is making excuses for not being able to win an election. Maybe a certain number of people just don't really like Donald Trump, and they don't like what the media has just, demonstrated to them over the last 4 years. Maybe that doesn't matter, or that shouldn't matter because fake news and blah, blah, blah. But that's the ecosystem. That's the environment. Maybe fake news caused Donald Trump to not win re-election. That could very well be the case. Maybe he'll win. Maybe they'll count the votes. They'll count all the mail-in ballots and whatnot, and then they'll go, oh, whoops, Arizona flips for Trump, and then Trump gets 280 something electoral votes or something. Maybe that will happen, but the issue is people like the leftists or the liberals are like, count every vote, and you're like, okay, let's count every vote. But then if we, quote unquote, count every vote, are we going to, and the result is Trump wins, then what? Are we going to go back to a popular vote? Or are we going to go back to, what are we going to go back to? What's the excuse if we really drill down into these recounts and stuff, and we redo Florida from the year 2000 with the hanging chads? Google it, kids. it's also tiresome. I mean, obviously, like I don't know what to say. Like I don't know what to. I don't know how to. There's no good way to frame it. Basically, it's like we are. We don't currently have a president, and we have a president. We don't have a next president lined up, and that's not good. Like that introduces a certain amount of uncertainty into, into like the system at large, the larger system, and I don't know what to tell you. I can't say obviously Donald Trump is the president. Like at last I saw, they were still counting, ballots. And oh God in heaven, look at this. Look at this. Oh God, look at this. It's just taillights. See, now we're back. We're getting back to normal. And you see how terrible it is? Like, this is what it was like in the before time. And it was terrible. Just an interstate highway, just taillights. Just the worst. What else is going on? I don't know. I feel like everybody's fixated on the election, and there's no clear outcome as of yet. And I mean, that's true. I mean, like, I didn't look at it this morning, but I was looking at it like last night, and it's just, God, it's razor thin margins in some places. I mean, you're talking about like 5,000, 10,000, maybe in some places 6-digit lead by Trump for certain states. I don't know, Georgia or something. But other places it's just like, again, like Nevada. Like Nevada, I think they sort of put a lid on counting until like next week, and Biden's ahead by like 8,000 votes. And it's like we're starting to get to like high school student council levels of margins here. like 8,000 people. Like 8,000 people dictate the course of the nation in terms of at least the executive branch. So some things are settled, at least according to news outlets and stuff. Jay Inslee is our governor still. He will remain our governor, which bothers me immensely, but I accept the outcome of a democratic process that we all sort of believe is functional, even though I kind of hold him in contempt. I guess I get to continue to hold him in contempt, and he gets to continue to live in the governor's mansion. So, you decide who the real winner is here. My goodness. Anyways. So what's going on? It's just all the news is just about our presidential election, and this is one of these things. It's one of these things. Why is this holding of this political office seemingly, so pivotal? So important, and I've kind of covered this before. We have this massive military, we have this massive nuclear stockpile, our submarines with the warheads the submarines have could wipe out like most of the world. Our fiscal potential, like America can produce Oh boy, can we produce if we get the wheels greased enough and we start going the right direction, we can produce a lot of stuff. And that means, I don't know, I mean, that whatever that means, we can produce cars, trucks, guns, we can produce Sherman tanks, apparently. We can produce, well, we can innovate a lot too. We can innovate things like smartphones and such, like, you know, your Steve Jobs and whatnot. The future potential of these United States is quite immense, and we know that because, I mean, well, we built Saturn V's with some help from some captured Nazis, and we went to the moon. Holy shit. The fuck, man. My goodness. I didn't swear at them or yell at them or anything. I should get out and confront them for being a terrible driver, though. My goodness. It's the future potential production capacity of the United States of America is immense. The things that we can make. Oh boy, the things we can make. We can make a lot of things. Like if you want, like, it's like if you want 1 million telephones, we can make 1 million telephones. We're just at a point now where we don't really, we need 500 million smartphones. Anyways, I don't know if I have anything really for you today. The election results grind on. We don't know who our president is at this time. And maybe we won't, or maybe we will. I don't know. It's so either way. So this is the reality, right? Is either way we're going to face a. It's a sort of a trust cliff. Like, if you don't trust vote counters in, say, Philadelphia, that's Philly to some of you. If you don't trust the vote counters, then you're not going to trust this outcome of this, the results of this election. And if you don't trust them, well then you don't. I mean, at some point, you basically don't trust the results of the election, and at that point, I'm not sure what to do. Like, this is what the like leftists and resistance types have been doing for 4 years now, is just sort of like, I guess, plugging their ears and going la 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 la. I can't hear you. Donald Trump is not my president. And it's like, well, I mean, like, he is functionally, yes, in fact, he is your president. And there's not really anything you can do about that. If that is the case, then well, I don't know how to help you specifically, but that is a problem. And that is kind of the point of all of the divisive sort of propaganda, right? Like, to make you cantankerous, essentially, to make you problematic to whatever the establishment narrative is, because then you might go out and cause a problem, And that's what the media want anyway. The media would love for a bunch of like right wing or like boogaloo boys to like go out and cause problems and cause political turmoil, because that would then validate all of their rhetoric about right wing hate groups and blah 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 blah. So keep that in mind if you're a political malcontent and you're, you know, right of Stalin. Oh God, come on. Oh God. Yeah, life is returning to normal and it's terrible. Don't go out and commit, you know, political violence. It's not good. Isn't help anybody, even though you might think you're right and you might think it's what you need to do in order for you, like your message to come across or whatever. And that's left wing, right wing. That doesn't. That's irrelevant to like sides, so to speak. Don't do that. But I don't know what to tell you, because if there's corruption in the vote counting, and this is like, I call it tally. I want to call it tallying, because what you're doing is tallying. You're, you know, come Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and we want to go home. Like, it's a tally. You count them. It's like you count, this one goes in this pile and that one goes in that pile, and then whichever one has the high, you know, the most in the pile, that's the winner. Unless it's like this video I saw yesterday kind of going viral of, it looks like a guy angrily like throwing a ballot away. He like sort of crumples it up and throws it in the trash. And you're like, okay, that's not good. Like, you not liking how that person voted is not a justification for you discounting that ballot. I don't know if I need to say that, and I'm not sure if that's exactly what's happening in that video, but that's what it's framed as. Maybe he was just throwing away a envelope, or maybe just a piece of paper. People were saying, no, he threw a ballot away. Okay. The integrity, I guess the integrity of our election process is contingent upon you trusting that, you know, basically a room full of people are actually counting all the ballots and all the votes in an appropriate and correct fashion. It's something like that, right? And I don't know how to square that circle. Like, I don't know how to tell you, oh no, it's fine, because in reality the problem is that it's not fine. Like, if I went in a room with one other person and then we came out and then the other person said he did XYZ while we were in that room, and then I go, no, we didn't. That's not what happened. What happened is ABC. Who are you supposed to believe? It just comes down to faith in me or the other person, essentially. And this is our voting process. I mean, like, we count hands, and this is how we've decided to count hands in lieu of us all physically being in the same room together. And the result is chaos and a certain amount of voter disenfranchisement. Like, ballots will get damaged in the mail, ballots will get misread, maybe on purpose, I don't know. Ballots will get stained and they'll be discounted, and all these problems because we've instead of holding our hand up and saying aye or nay, you know, in a voting hall of some kind, we've gone to paper ballots, and that results in, again, some level of voter disenfranchisement. Like, I don't know what potential or what percent. Democrats are like, there's no voter fraud, and it's like, no, I'm sorry, the paper ballots introduce probably a large amount of voter fraud, probably more than you think. The problem is we don't know because it's hard to track how much voter fraud is happening when you're talking about like kind of anonymous ballots from people, from individuals or post. You'd have to look at the ballot, who it's postmarked to, are they still alive, and that's another problem, and did they intend to send this ballot in? Oh, they didn't even know? Oh, because somebody stole it from their mailbox. Okay. Or, oh man, where's my ballot? I don't know. Well, I guess it's not coming. I don't know where it is. I don't care enough. And then that person doesn't vote. So you could just go steal ballots from people's mailboxes and disenfranchise a bunch of voters, and it's only the committed, sort of political types that will rectify that. So this is, again, it's one of these problems. Like, I would love for this to all just be sort of simple and straightforward. Like, look at the votes. The ballots all, the voting went this direction. Okay, that's fine. But that's not exactly what happened. What happens in real life, right? Oh God in heaven. Not looking forward to traffic coming back, guys. Traffic in Seattle is just the worst. Okay, hop in. There you go. Oh, God. Okay, that's enough from me for a Thursday, I think. We still don't really know who our president is as far as I can tell. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.